Hello everyone, today we are doing a rapid fire test between two microphones, the Shure SM57 and the SE Electronics V7X, which is also a microphone used for instruments, or in this case we're going to be comparing it by miking up the cabinet which I use all the time. So here in the studio we've been using a Shure SM57 for a very long time because I always felt that probably everyone owns a SM57. You know what it sounds like, and therefore we use a mic which most people use, and you get an understanding of how things sound. But we've been selling a lot of the V7X recently, and I've been pretty curious as to how it sounds when compared to a regular mic and cab setup. So I'm not going to give you any of those jargons. This mic is supposed to be crispy highs and excellent lows. We're going to find out by just comparing directly. So I'm going to place the mic in two spots. We're going to start with the 57 in my sweet spot, which I always use, and it's a general sweet spot which I use in most mics. So we're going to start with that spot, swap over to the V7X, and then I'm going to put the 57 on at the center of one of the cones. Then we're going to do the same thing with the V7X, and we're going to test it with the clean channel of this amp and the distorted channel. I'm going to play something very simple, something I can repeat and play the same thing, and let's hear the difference. So I'll be hearing the difference in post because I have not tried the V7X thus far. So let's begin. Here is the 57 in the sweet spot of my cabinet. Now I have the V7X hooked up, and let's test it again. Now we're back with the 57, and this time it is at the center cone on one of the speakers. Now I've swapped back to the SE Electronics V7X, and it's on the center cone. So I've gone and listened in post the differences between both of the mics, and two things I need to point out. First of all, that both of the mics are going through an Audient ID14, and the gain, I left it at 12 o'clock, so I did not change the gain between the mics, and I did not change the volume on the amp between the mics as well. And the V7X is a Supercardioid versus the 57, which is just a cardioid. And what I've noticed is with the V7X, it is louder, and true to its website description, it does have much better lows, punchier lows, and much more crispier highs compared to the 57. But I do notice that with the 57, there's something in the mid-range, which something a lot of metalheads like, because it helps guitars cut through the mix. But I noticed that with the V7X in the right position, you can definitely get much more sweeter sounding tones. So I kind of like the V7X with clean tones. And I kind of, maybe my ears are just too used to the 57 being used with distortion, but overall, I would say that the V7X did capture much more detail compared to the 57, and I find that when I listen back in post, the V7X can be pretty damn versatile. I feel it's not just for cabinets with the way it captured the sweetness. I think you can use it on many other different instruments and it'll work pretty darn well. Well, it's enough banter from me. Leave a comment down below. Which one did you prefer? Which one would you rather use in your recording projects? Give us a thumbs up, enjoy the video, subscribe for more content, and see you real soon. Oi! Nyamuk ke lalat tu. So I've gone back and listened to the clips raw in post, and one more thing I need to point out is that both of these mics were going through. Apa dah lalat kecil ni? Kau belah. Be gone. Disappear.